Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Nurturing Astrology podcast. I'm Dominique Jaramillo, your astrologer and host. I believe astrology can fast track personal growth, improve lives, and empower parents, and also save relationships, families, and marriages. So, on the Nurturing Astrology podcast, I will offer practical guidance for applying astrology to all of these important areas of life. I'll offer insight from my own work, studies, and life experiences, as well as interview experts to bring you stellar wisdom from other professionals to inspire you on your journey. I'm so glad you're here, and I can't wait to get started. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Nurturing Astrology podcast. I'm Dominique, your host and astrologer, and I'm riding solo today and on audio only. So I decided to kind of give this a try as my platform for sharing the seasonal insights. So we have just entered Virgo season, and I don't know about you, but it's taken me a minute to even adjust to that. So I normally write out my newsletter, and the words just haven't been coming yet. I've been kind of in it and really thinking about how I want to change things up as the energies are calling for us to do things different, try different things. And so I've decided, maybe I will just sort of talk through my thoughts about the coming season and what's ahead for us, and see if that helps you guys and if you like it. Maybe, if you're taking a walk or you're walking the dog or, chilling out, it's easier to listen than it is to read. Sometimes we just lately just want to close our eyes. I know I've been listening to a lot more podcasts just because, the reading has been too much. And we are in Mars and Gemini, right? So Mars is now in Gemini, and again, doing things more than once, right? Having a couple options for things. So maybe I'll write a little bit and then also, speak a little bit and see what everyone likes. So, anyway, just thought I would do that. Give it a try, see what you think. Definitely let me know. So, let's dive into Virgo season. So, right now, just off the jump, most of us know, but Virgo is the sixth sign of the zodiac, and it rules our daily work and life and routines, our health habits. And so it's time to focus on those matters, and see where we've been doing good, where we've maybe fallen off the wagon a little bit, get back to those routines and rituals that really give us the energy and the fuel and the motivation to keep going. And Virgo is also about being of service. And the better we are for ourselves, the better we are for others, right? I know as a mom, I'm always telling my moms, we got to take care of ourselves. We have to prioritize ourselves so that we can actually be all the things to the kids and the family. So I do believe that Virgo season is a time to start making your own wellness a priority so that you can then be your best for others and serve others. And it's not always easy. We're talking mutable earth here, and that's being changeable, and we can get in our head or have too many things that we'd like to do and then become overwhelmed. That opposite sign of Pisces, right? Overwhelmed with too many things on the to-do list. But that's why to-do lists are so great. You can write things on there and check them off and feel good even if you did one or two. Virgo's about the details. So if you got a lot of things, a lot of moving parts, and a lot of detailed pieces of a project, just write out the details and check off a few details a day, to give yourself that sense of accomplishment and recognize that that's the energy we're in. It's just sort of focus on some of those details to make baby step progress. I love that book, The Atomic Habits. It's like little tiny steps each day, and building on them is what creates these great outcomes. And that really helped me. That book was amazing, and it really helped me start doing that and learning the value of that, those little things. And that's a big part of Virgo energy. It's also our habits, our health, moving our bodies, getting back into shape or enough rest every night, focusing on what we're putting in our bodies, how we're moving our bodies. And I have to say, with Mars and Gemini, definitely moving your body is going to help with clarity. Keep your body moving, and that's going to help settle and burn off some of that anxiety or that extra stress that can happen when we've got all of this frenetic energy, with Mars and Gemini. So it's like keep moving. So, yes, focus on your health and wellness, improve your habits, start, working out or exercising, eating right more regularly, and then assess where you want to be of service and kind of review a little bit about how you think you're doing there and if you could do better and where you could do better. Pay attention to the details. Little things here and there can make a big difference, dotting those I's, crossing those T's, getting away from like the huge big picture of the where we want to go and the vision, just really getting down into the nuts and bolts of it and finding joy in the little things, finding joy in that which we must do. I think was it Joseph Campbell? I think that said that. I think so. So finding that joy, and we're coming out of Leo season. So as we move into Virgo, okay, bring that joy and fun of the summer. Like find some joy in the things that we must do every day, and then they don't feel like work. I mean, that's the goal, right? So live and work smart, work smarter, not harder. A few themes for this season. And so the sun's going to be in Virgo August 22nd, 23rd. It just moved in until September 23rd. And we are already into it a couple days and having some big shifts. Uranus has shifted retrograde today. That's a major shift. Hello, I'm doing my newsletter via audio today. So it's a big shift. It's about shaking things up and trying things new, different things. And, it's a little scary. It's a little unnerving, but sometimes we're just pushed. A time factor is here, so I'm trying something to do new, and maybe it's going to pay off. Maybe you'll like it, and this makes a lot more sense for my life, and it works for others as well. And the messages come through a little bit more, how should I say, in my unique way, but maybe a little all over the place. Here's my thoughts, here's my vibes, and working out the kinks over time to share that with you. But this is part of the process, right? So Uranus retrograde over the next 6 months is going to give us this opportunity to sort of shake things up, try things different, and see what sticks, see what vibes, see who vibes with what you're doing, and if it does provide a better service. And then you can maybe bring it into better form, or, dust off the edges, refine it, focus in a little bit better next year. Also, Mercury enters Libra tomorrow, and it's already preparing for its retrograde, third and almost final of the year. It does go retrograde at the very, very tail end of the year into the new year. But this one is in Libra and will retrograde back into Virgo and then back into Libra. So we've got some time here to really start bringing in a little harmony and I don't know, figuring out what really, again, feels good in our hearts and minds in terms of what we're doing. It also is calling us to look at how we're balancing all of these things in our lives that we want to do, and then also aligning our minds with our bodies in order to really feel good in our bodies about what we're doing. Libra is a sign of relationships and definitely how we're relating to other people in our lives, because Mercury is that communications planet. It's like, okay, maybe it's time to revisit some conversations with our partners or revisit some agreements that we've made so that we can refine things. And since we're in Virgo season, maybe it's time to start revisiting and re-talking about the schedules for the week, the schedules for the month. School, kids are back in school, and now parents, we have to juggle all the things they've got going on for the fall, as well as all the things we're trying to do and work. So maybe it's a time to say, hey, let's figure out a better way to do things that works for everybody. And Mercury and Libra can say, hey, we can do that, and we can have these conversations and talk about things in a way that is compassionate and kind and understanding, and not, make it a fight. So it can be a time of, and with Mars and Gemini, there may be some frustrations with the adjustments that need to be made. There may be some tensions or resistance to getting back into the new schedules and getting back into having to juggle all the things. Then this weekend, we already move into a Virgo new moon. And this one is on Saturday, the 27th. It is at 4 Virgo. The biggest aspect for this new moon is a square to Mars. And we were just talking about that, right? This possible tension with trying to get back on track, get things going, feeling like our focus is split. There's a lot going on, a lot to do, and definitely a propensity to feel scattered. So, this again, it's important to make those improvements to be of better service and looking for ways in which to do that. And definitely grounding, it is an earth sign. Grounding, resting, eating right, moving your body can really help give us clarity about where we should go and the path for which to get there. So, definitely, this is an opportunity to set those intentions around what those new habits are going to be or hope to be, and what kinds of things we can do to make those improvements that we really want to make in our lives for our own well being and to be of better service to those we love, to others in our lives. And then come September, we move into September, Venus is going to enter Virgo. So here we go. We've got even more Virgo energy and Venus. It's like, oh, creative projects, and really maybe getting into the deep into the creative projects and the details of refining those projects. Just don't forget, we're going to be moving into Mercury retrograde. So it's all about refining and revisiting maybe the projects that have been put on the back burner. Hello, I know I have some of those. So I'll be doing that. And then on the 9th, Mercury will go retrograde officially in Libra. Back to October 2nd, but it dips back into Virgo, which is perfect because here we go. Venus is here. Mercury will be backing up there. So it's okay, let's get back into those, those ideas I had, those plans I had, and see where everything sits, assess where everything's at, where each project is at, and what needs to happen, what steps need to take to finish those, or do you want to finish those? Is it time to let that go? These are all things to consider. And then on September 10th, we have a full moon in Pisces at 17 degrees 41 minutes. And this beautiful full moon is approaching a conjunction with its ruler Neptune in Pisces and making a nice sextile to that Uranus retrograde in Taurus. That's actually sort of the tightest aspect of this particular full moon. So it's a really great time to tune into our dreams, or slow down and really listen to our heart's desire and what's sort of speaking to us from the quiet beneath, or in those quiet times, tuning into what we're enjoying, what's really feeling good. And yeah, with Venus and Virgo at this point, looking at what's working and what isn't, and then also what feels good and what doesn't. So it's a really big time to tune into our dreams and possibilities and all the possibilities, but also not getting too married to any one thing just yet. There's still a lot of pieces and parts moving. There's a lot still to figure out. So it's really more about leaning into the possibilities and the imagining what's possible, and then remaining and living in the hope of what's possible rather than getting mired down in the details and the struggles of all the things it appears to be or feel like it's going to take to accomplish the dream, so it's about balancing that day to day with the dream. It can feel overwhelming and impossible so easily, especially when you feel like there's so much that would have to happen or you would have to do to make that dream a reality. So with this balance and this aspect to Uranus, it's saying, hey, surrender, Pisces word, surrender. Allow it to unfold more naturally and organically. Give things a try. Take a little of the pressure off your need or desire to have it right or perfect. Hello, here I am. So, yeah. Yeah, there's a lot going on, but Virgo season is, I think, a time where, with it being a mutable sign, we can feel all over the place. There can feel like a lot of little things to do that can become overwhelming. It's easy to get distracted and feel like we're not really getting far. So it's about, I think, the positive or the way to nurture the nature of Virgo season is to embrace the success of those little moments, those little things you can accomplish every day as wins. And even if they are simply going to bed a little earlier and getting a little bit more rest, that then fuels you better for the next day, you know? And or making a list of, like I said, those little details and just sort of like going, okay, I've accomplished this and this, and getting back into gratitude journals at the end of the day. Or, if you're not a writer, just sit down and be like, okay, I managed to do a few things. I can, like, let's, start again tomorrow, one day at a time, one step at a time. So I hope this helps give you a little bit of, I don't know, support and maybe a little bit of liberation and surrender to the energies, and take a little pressure off yourself to have to do all the things or be perfect, or lean into this energy of shaking things up, doing things different, trying new things. Very Uranian. It's happening anyway. I mean, our lives are changing and evolving, so it's time to, like, lean into that a little bit. So that's what I'm trying to do here. Lean into change. And so, yeah, that's your kind of breakdown Virgo season in a nutshell. I will go into the Virgo new moon a little bit more, and maybe the Pisces full moon a little bit more. But just to let you know where I'm at and giving this a try, I hope you enjoy it. I hope it's something that resonates and works well for you. Do let me know. And if you dig it, I'll keep doing it. So thanks for listening. Have a great month, and check out all the other episodes that we've done, or I've done with lots of great co-hosts and great interviews. And let me know if you like these. Stay tuned for more, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye, everybody.